And welcome back to the Minneapolis Northwestern Inskill monthly video journal. Continuation on this series of trying to finish up this last part of the lower deck. You can see I've got some ballasting all done on these turnouts here. It was kind of a can of worms at first because I had to get things running smoothly again, but things are working out well. Also did some more ballasting on the lead, the yard lead into the south yard there. Got a little more work done on the silos. And putting in some trees in the background here. Still working on that a little bit, but got a good start on it. You can see that all the trees in the background there. And also did more ballasting on the yard lead, that light colored, tan colored track there. That's where the ballast is for that. So that got finished up. All the ground cover is done here, so don't have any more pink foam showing through in this corner. Yeah, we got a few more details to work on. Trains are running nicely through here, so I got all the track work tuned up again after putting down ballast. Had a few little things to work out, but everything's moving smoothly through here, so I'm very pleased with that. And we get an overall view of the area here again, just to bring you up to date on the whole project here, working on the flour mill and trying to add some details to sort of supplement the flour mill, the silos and the rooftop details going in here. Everything's coming along very nicely. Okay, on these silos, if I can get my darn camera to focus there for you, you can see I've got some railings around the top and a little ladder added to the very tippy top so that workers can climb up there, do whatever it is they need to do. So, working on these railings, I'm starting to feel like I know what it's like to be a microbiologist working under a microscope, trying to put together all these little pieces. The smaller they are, the less cooperative they are. So just real simple railings here, put together, dab things together. Again, I'm working on a sheet of transparency sheets, kind of a thin sheet of acetate, so that things don't get too stuck to my work surface. So 3 little pieces to put together for underneath the railing, 4 pieces all together. Real simple. I got another little piece of ladder, and we're going to try to glue the railings onto the ladder. Very simple. Tedious, but simple. And I'm using the same little technique here for pushing things off the work surface here. They get a little stuck to the acetate sheet, so I use the little straight edge to push them off there so they don't put any stress on the structure, get them loosened up, and that little stair is all set to go. Now for the railing on the top here, oh come on, stand up. All these little pieces here. This is the railing around the top of the silo. Put little uprights on here. I'm trying to put them at about the 45-degree mark around this hoop here. I got a larger hoop. I did the same technique for putting the hoop in boiling water, just wrapped it around a larger object so I can get a bigger diameter hoop. And we'll put the little uprights on here if I can get them to behave. Now for the lower hoop, I'm working on this upside down. I put a little spacer in there. You see that strip of styrene there, that 1/8-inch square piece of styrene. That's kind of a little spacer to help keep the railings apart while I glue them in place. A little dab of glue. Again, try to use very little cement on these things because they get a little soft and a little soggy if you use too much cement. So very light on the cement. And then we carefully pull the spacer out. Come on. Oh, come on. Ah, there we go. Okay, one more. Oop, come on. Oop. There we go. Okay, now this got a little stuck to the work surface, so I use a little chisel blade to help free it from the work surface, because a little bit of glue, they get a little stuck there. So be careful moving around with the chisel blade and get it free the railings here. There we go. And they're still just a little sticky. Okay, straighten out here. Oh, let go. Come on, there we go. There's our railing for the top of the silo. And after a little bit of silver spray paint, I got our little ladder on top of the silo. Add just a little touch of glue to hold that in place. A little adjusting, make sure I get it on there straight. Okay, all set to go with that. And now we're going to place the hoop on top here, the very tippy top. Now here you can see I probably should have put some uprights right there in those open end of that hoop. Might have make things fit together a little better, but I might add those a little bit later. So again, a little dab of glue around the base of the uprights to fasten the little hoop railing onto the top. A little straightening out, and do that another 3 times, and we got all the railings on top of our silos. Okay, it's time to do a little pipe fitting here. You can see I've just got one little pipe in there just to try to see how it's going to fit. Now we're going to put a little more pipes on top. These little aluminum pipes are real easy to work with. Cut easy and bend easy. One thing I probably should have done was use something a little better to bend them with, because left a few marks on the tubes here. So next time I'll try to find a pair of pliers that doesn't have any little teeth on it, because it did leave a few little marks on the tubes. But this simple matter of kind of bending little tubes here, fitting them into place. Move my little shed out of the way, and decided to make a little connection between the two tubes here, or 2 silos rather. You can see I just got to make little plumbing pipes to put them together, and just going to show you how I made those. Bend the big pipe into position here. Again, just very carefully try to bend that so it doesn't kink on me while I'm bending it. So very careful bending with the pliers. Okay, now we got the tube bent. We're going to cut it here. Kind of a wacky way to cut here, but get enough of it there, it'll snap and I can file it down. So our big pipe off the top, and I'm going to add a smaller pipe to kind of connect the 2 silos. And to do that, I drilled a small hole in the side of the pipe and then inserted a smaller sized aluminum tube. You can see right there, it's a smaller sized tube, and it helped give a little strength to the joint. Used a little Gorilla Glue and slide that extra pipe on there, and that really helped give some strength to that joint. Once that's set up, it was a good joint in there and didn't bend very much, so that was a good way to try to bond those 2 pipes together. So now we're back on top of the pipes here, or on top of the silos rather, and I added a smaller dimension pipe, or a smaller diameter pipe near the lower end there to kind of support the whole thing and give it a little more strength. Same idea, drilled a hole in the big pipe and then inserted a small pipe in there. And drilled a small hole in the side of the silo for that small diameter pipe to fit into. I had to kind of hollow it out a little bit, make sure it would fit. And once I got 2 holes now, I got one on the top and one on the side there that really helped to keep that whole pipe assembly steady and give it a little more stability, a little more strength. So those were glued in place with the Gorilla Glue again. Okay, we got all the pipes done on the top. Now I was trying to figure out a good way to kind of make a connection between the silos and the shed here, and I came up with these little enclosures. And the good thing about them is they don't require a whole lot of accuracy to get the pipes to line up with the openings on the enclosures. So the pipes are just kind of free floating. You can see I try to get the shed in place here and put the silos in here, and get the other silos in here, the end silos, put them in with the make sure the pipes are connecting on the top. They all line up nicely. And I tried a few different ways to make the connection between the pipes and the silos, and came up with these just little enclosures, and that's really all they do. They just sit over the top of the pipe, and you don't really see the opening on the other side there, but it made it easy. I didn't have to be real accurate in where I put those pipes through there, because otherwise I had to try to very carefully fit pieces together that would fit between the pipes and the shed roof. And this was just a real quick, easy way to make some little rooftop details and fit them in there. Later I painted them, added a couple other roof vents on there, glued them to the top, and worked out pretty well. You don't really see those openings on the enclosures there very much, so kind of looks nice if you don't look too close. That's my philosophy. Looks good, but don't look too close. And finally made a little connection under the table, get the lights working inside the shed. So almost done with this project here. I'm going to talk more about the trees later in the next video. This one's got a little long here, so I think I'm going to wrap this one up, and we'll talk more about some of the surrounding details on the next video, how I put in the trees, how I made the trees, and just what I'm doing to fill in all the remaining spaces here and the extra details. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming, thanks for staying, thanks for watching as always, and thank you very much for all the support from the viewers and subscribers. So stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time on the monthly video journal. Whoopee!